Good afternoon, this is Chef John here at the tavern. Welcome back. I just want to thank everybody for supporting the video last time. That was really awesome to see such great feedback. So we're going to follow up with our holiday one. So today we're going to do a cranberry sauce, which is a family recipe, and a play on a pumpkin pie, which is one of my favorites that I do for my family every year. So hopefully you'll get to do that for your family this year. Update. I did want to do an update. So in the last video I did mention that I no longer had to sit at the kids' table, but however with the last 2020 year, I think this year I opt to sit at the kids' table. I think that's a safer place to be. Alright, so we're going to start off with our cranberry sauce. I learned this recipe from a chef who worked at the Waldorf Astoria in the 60s. And it's just a great recipe. I've kind of tweaked it over the years to make it my own recipe, and I'm happy to share it with you. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get started. So to start our sauce, we're going to go ahead and zest one orange. So I have a little zester here. If you have a microplane at home, that works as well, or even a box grater. So we're going to go ahead and zest this up. All right, so we have zest of one orange all ready to go. And with this part of the orange, we're going to go ahead and just cut this in half. We're going to start. So in a medium saucepan, I'm going to put in the orange that we started with. I have a 12-ounce bag of fresh cranberries that we're going to go ahead and put in here. Secret ingredient, 3 cups of Coca-Cola. Now with that, we're going to go ahead and bring this over to the stove. Put that on a medium-high heat. We're just going to bring that to a rolling boil when the cranberries start to pop, and then we'll add our sugar and our spices. So now that our cranberries are starting to pop, and you can see that they're breaking up now, that's where the sugar is getting infused. We're going to go ahead and add our orange zest. We're going to stir that in. We're going to go ahead and add in our cinnamon. And we're going to put in 1 cup of sugar. Bring that to a simmer, and then we'll finish it up. Okay, so you can see all our cranberries have broke down now. We have our orange, so we're just going to squeeze some of that juice out of there, and we can pull this out of the mix now. The final secret ingredient. We stir that in there. Now our liquid is reduced by about half from when we started. So this ensures that you don't get a big blob of jello. It's there. We're going to go ahead and turn this off. Pour it into our pan or a bowl. Now we're just going to put our cranberry sauce into the refrigerator and let it chill overnight, and it'll be ready for tomorrow. So now we come down to my favorite part, pumpkin pie, absolute part, best part of Thanksgiving. So we're going to start with our crust. I just did a pre-bought crust, but if you have a grandma, she's always got the best recipe. Use grandma's recipe. So we're going to go ahead and dock this, which means you're just going to put little holes in here, and that keeps the dough from steaming when you're par baking it off. You can use a fork or a toothpick. They actually have professional dockers, which is a wheel with spikes. So we're going to go ahead and put this in the oven for about 10 minutes, and then we'll pull it out and let that cool. So the very beginning of our filling, we're going to start with a 1/4 cup melted butter. So So we just kind of brought this down to microwave it or bring it up in a pan. And then we're going to take this over, add it to our food processor. And from there, we'll go ahead and start adding our pumpkin mix and everything else. So we're going to go ahead and incorporate all the wet ingredients first. Talking about why we do the egg yolk separate. This actually adds a level of richness to the dessert that would normally not be there. So we have everything in there now. We're going to go ahead and take this over and blend it all up. Alright, as you can see, we're all blended, so we are ready to put this into our pie crust. So we have our dough in our mix. We're going to go ahead and pour this in. So we're going to put this in our preheated oven at 350 for about 45 minutes to 50 minutes. You might want to turn it once, but it'll start to just get a nice golden brown. So now we have our pie in the oven, and while that's going on, we're going to talk about a little bit of turkey tips. First thing I like to do is always make sure to brine my turkey. Either wet brine or dry brine. Dry brine, you dry it off with a towel. Salt the bird with kosher salt. Wrap it in plastic or a couple bags and refrigerate that overnight. That will help keep your bird from drying out. Or you can do a wet brine, which the recipe will follow. Another thing, stuffing. Instead of traditional stuffing the bird, which can be bad, what I like to do is take an orange, cut that in half, put that inside the cavity with some fresh herbs, some sage, rosemary, thyme, tie that into a bouquet, and just let that incorporate into the meat. You'll get a really nice aromatic and definitely flavor the meat that way. Roasting rack, if you don't have a roasting rack, always want to get that bird up off the pan so you can take celery and carrots and lay that out and cook your bird on that. And you want to cook that for about 15 minutes per pound at 325. And basting, you can go in and baste it every so often, and then at the end just cover it with a little butter, turn the oven up about 10 degrees and let that cook for about 15 minutes and crisp it up, and you should have a really nice good turkey. And after 50 minutes, pumpkin pie. So we want to go ahead and cool this on a cooling rack for about an hour, and we'll be ready to serve. All right, I wanted to just thank everybody for following along with the video. I hope you all have great, happy holidays. I'm here with my family, and we're gonna have a great holiday as well. So, blessings to everybody. Happy holidays.